All right, we are back with another edition of building a SaaS application with Django and with Pegasus. And today, my plan is basically, I'm going to go through this onboarding flow that we made last time again, and I'm just going to kind of try to find all the UI quirks, the shortcuts we took, and try and make it more user-friendly. So yeah, if you recall, this is kind of where we landed last page, which was our dashboard. I want to go through the onboarding again with sort of fresh eyes. And so to do that, I'm going to create a new team. Let's call it team 2. I don't know, team 2. And now if I go into team 2's UI, I'm going to go back through the onboarding flow. And so, yeah, so for example, the very first thing we are greeted with this is this like silly, like, hello, team 2, you are onboarding. This was debug information that we had added. So let's first go ahead and fix that. I think that was in, yeah. So obviously we don't want to say hello, blah, 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 you're onboarding. And, you know, we probably want to have some copy here that's like, welcome to get started, you know, create your first project, something like that. So, right. Okay, so that's a little bit of an improvement. I don't really like the way this looks. Like, it's just these fields are really wide. They don't need to be so wide. And so maybe what makes sense is to do like kind of like a 2-column layout here. Like, so we'll put this in columns. These PG classes are built into Pegasus. You can also use like CSS framework specific classes to do this, but and then we'll put sort of 1 column for our welcome information, and then 1 column for the form. Something like that. And now this looks a little bit silly. So we probably want to stick like an image there, maybe. Trying to decide whether I want to go look for an image to do this. But yeah, I suppose, I mean, let's also just kind of like make this a title. That's a little too big. Maybe we'll just make the welcome big, and then make this like a subtitle. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, so one place you can get images, Pegasus uses some of these built in, but yeah, so this Undraw illustrations. So this is a nice open source, or not open source, but sort of like open licensed illustration site where you can find sort of generic illustrations. I mean, these are kind of overblown at this point, honestly. But for now, we can just sort of drop it in and it looks a little bit better than having nothing in here. So maybe like, I don't know, creates. What do we get for creates? See anything here that looks like a create project? Maybe if we search for project. Maybe new. This one's not bad. So then we can download the SVG. You can also customize the colors for this thing. So if you want to use your sort of like brand colors, you can change the color palette here. I guess we could just do that since. So what are our colors? This one is our primary. So we can update that and download that again. And then we will drop it into our static images folder, static images, Undraw. So yeah, you can see Pegasus ships with a lot of these Undraw images out of the box. So I feel okay adding another one. Let's see, downloads. So I'll just kind of delete this off of here, drag it into here. And then here we can just kind of add like an image, I guess. Source is something like that. Right. To load our static tags. Okay, well, it kind of worked. Somehow we lost our columns because we didn't close the tag. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It's not great. But, you know, I think it's an improvement. It's a little too big. It's a little too wide. Maybe we want to like stick it in a class with some margin or some padding, maybe padding. That's a little better. And then maybe like on the right, I don't know, like we could put a form, I guess. Like we could put like a form header here. I don't know. It's a little better. It's definitely still not winning any design competition awards, but it's not bad. The other thing I wanted to do actually is that, so I found this like FlowBite stepper component, which looks pretty nice. Like it's got, you know, it lets you add these sort of like different steps and have a highlighted steps. So I wanted to kind of try to drop this in as well, which maybe we can try doing. I'm going to have to be running my front end build in order to get that working. So let's do that. And yeah, we can just copy this. This will eventually want to be its own component, so maybe we'll just start it that way for now. And we'll do like sort of like include, let's see, translations, components, onboarding, steps, something like that. Use our IDE to magically create that file, and then we'll drop this in there. Let's see how that did. Yeah, okay. So that's looking pretty good. It needs a little more room to breathe. So we can maybe add some margin here. Probably just on the bottom maybe. Maybe a little more. Okay. And then we can say, let's see. I don't know why that, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So it's like we want to have create project here. And they are hiding the part that they don't want to show up on mobile. So we can kind of hide the create part, I guess. Something like that. Now we have create projects. Those are stuck together. Why are those stuck together? Maybe like this also needs a span. Yeah. Well, that almost does what we want, except create project is stuck together. Why is that? I mean, obviously we could add a margin or a non-breaking space. Is this like a non-breaking space type of a moment? Don't love that, but works. Let's leave it for now. Okay, so I would say this page is looking better. Certainly a lot we could do, but for 5-10 minutes, this is a little bit better. So now let's create our project. This will be, I don't know, translate, sure. This project is translating itself, which is a little funny, but it is what it is. Okay, file upload. Right, so this obviously doesn't look very good. The first thing we can do is we can add the stepper component. So let's do that. Let's see, where is that template? Probably upload file. So we can add that here. There we go. In our stepper, we want to change this to file, upload file. MS is margin start. So I guess they're using margins. So maybe we can use margins also. And the problem is that we moved it to the left. So we actually want sort of like margin end, I guess. And then maybe we shouldn't need the breaking space. Let's see. Okay, I mean the spacing is still weird. Like the space is a little too big. I think the actual non-breaking space looks better. Let's see. Yeah, that spacing looks better than that spacing. So I'm actually not gonna do it that way, and we'll do it with the non-breaking space also. Yes, here. Ah. And I don't think we need the span anymore. And yeah, how's that look? That looks good. Okay, we also want to make it active. So how are they doing that? Oh boy. This is like, when you use like someone else's random component system, then you like, I mean, this is sort of like, why people complain about Tailwind, but like it would be nice if there was just like a little like isActive class. But now I gotta kind of like mentally figure out what the difference is between these things, and it's like, so that one is blue. Where's like blue? Okay. So the list item has text blue, text dark blue, and so probably like we want this to be in like an if statement type of a thing. Is it useful to go down that route? I mean, basically what we would do is we would say like, if step equals projects, make it blue, something like that. And then we add this to I guess here. Step equals upload. Yeah, so now neither of them are blue. And we also have that check mark. Control the check mark, I guess, also, which is a little bit annoying. Maybe we won't worry about the check mark for now. Just get rid of it. Or we lost the one. Where's the one? I see. The one, we just need a one. We need to add a one. So We could decide later to add that check mark back. I don't think it'd be too hard, but for now, I'll just do it like this. And then in our file upload, you can just say something like with upload equal to step equal to upload, something like that. Yeah, not too shabby. And then in our project page, we want to set the step to project. Okay, so file upload. So again, what we're doing here is we are asking people to upload their first translation file. So we probably want to add some copy to make them sort of understand what they're doing here. But to start, maybe we do something like upload translation file. And what do we want to say here? Okay. We didn't get the project language, probably because we're not passing the project to the template, I guess. Let's take a look. And we're just past the form here. But and how do we get the project? That. No? Why not? It's primary language. Okay. Let's see. This file upload doesn't look great. I mean, I think probably eventually we want to replace this with like a, maybe like a drag and drop file uploader little widget type of thing. I would maybe try to do that now, but I haven't picked one out yet. But I'll maybe come back to that and do a drag and drop file upload thing. But for now, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of like not so bad, I guess. Translate. We didn't even go to the right place here. Okay, so translations translate. This view, I guess, is just going to here, which does nothing. Well, let's fix that. Again, the first thing we can do is we can add a shell here, step equal to translate. Fix the blues. Don't really know why this one has, oops, that needs to be in here. Has so much fewer classes, but okay. Step equals translate. Okay, so what do we want this to be? Do we want this to be a, so you've just uploaded your file. I think confirmation could be good. Like we could just say, you know, we processed this many translations. Here's go here for next steps. I mean, it's not crazy. The other thing they might want to do, so what might someone want to do? They want to see that what they did worked. So I do think we should show them sort of like something that indicates that they were successful. And that something might end up looking a lot like this, maybe. But really, I mean, what they're interested in seeing is like these 5 translations that they just got uploaded. So maybe we just do like a quick confirmation showing the translations and then guiding them to take some next steps. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I guess the first thing we're going to do, yeah, why don't we get a project? That's good. I mean, really I kind of want to know, like the thing I'm thinking about in my head is like, is this like a file upload confirmation page that we're going to show every time they upload a file? Or is this a onboarding type of page where this is a special thing that we only show during onboarding, but then the other times they upload a file, they see something different? I am not sure what the answer is to that, but we're kind of doing the onboarding flow now, so let's treat it like an onboarding page, but just kind of keep in mind that every time someone uploads a translation file, they might see something that looks very similar to this or that looks exactly like this. And I do think at least we want to have a handle to the file that they just uploaded. So here we redirected to this translate messages URL. I think we want to kind of like rename this to yeah, I think we want kind of like files, file ID, confirm, upload, confirm, and then I realize we don't have trailing slashes on these URLs. Let's fix that real quick. And then we'll call this views.upload confirm. I don't know if we need this translate messages thing anymore. I don't think we're really using it anywhere. Let's check. Yeah, that's the only place where we're referencing it, so let's get rid of that. Instead, we'll redirect to upload confirm, and we'll pass it the file ID. Okay, so let's try that again. Actually, in order to try that again, I'm going to have to delete the file. Let's just delete that and do it again. Uh-oh, we broke something. No attribute upload, right? We didn't create the view. So this should be upload confirm, and also needs to take a file ID. Happy. And now let's go ahead and delete the file that we just uploaded, which was for team 2. And try this again. Okay, so the URL is good. It's got our team and our file ID there. And so now, prints. So now we actually don't even need to do this kind of since we have the file, we can just infer the project from the file, so we don't have to guess this first thing anymore. We can do, let's see, we can do this, and then we can do project is translation file.project. And we can pass, and we probably want these things. And then we also want to pass kind of like we want to show like the inputs and the translations that we just served. So maybe we can say like translations, and we want translation objects filter, and we want everything with an input text file equals our translation file. I think that works. You can kind of, if you don't trust, you can do something like that if you don't trust that your business logic always puts the right stuff in the right team. That never hurts to do that. So yeah, okay. And then let's see. So for, what do we call that? Translation. Translation in translations. And like probably, maybe we'll just do another table. I don't know. Let's just first make sure that it worked. Cannot query translate, must be input text instance. Translation points to input text translation file. Okay. Should we add some string classes to those? I think we want like the message ID followed by the translated text. Yeah, okay. And now we'll shove them in a table. We already had a table in our, our dashboard page, right? What do we call that page? Home. Project summary. Translation file summary. Yeah, so kind of want something like this. Where were we? Translate messages. This is a poorly named template now. That's okay. So we want, let's see, message ID, translation, might be it. For loop goes down in here. And we want translation dot input text dot message ID translation dot translated text, I think. For loop goes there. Body. Bam. Yeah, okay. And it's using the same message IDs and translations because probably our translation file didn't have any custom translations in it, which makes sense. Okay. And we probably want like a probably want to show like some text here also, like Something like that. Doesn't look very good. Should we make it like a, look more like an alert badgy type of thing? Want something like that? More like an alert, maybe? Yeah. How about that? Okay. Table could use a little padding maybe, or like a top margin. And then, I don't know, like we also want to then, like this is kind of the confirmation screen. And then now we want to guide them to like our dashboard, I guess. So, let's see, does this alert component have like a way to add a button? Yeah. Maybe we can what happens if we do that? And we can say like, I don't know, manage in dashboard. That's a lot of text. View in dashboard. Manage in dashboard. Make this a link. To our dashboard page, I guess. Is it like a home? Transitions home. And we need a team. Team slug. Yeah, okay. I think that's quite a bit better. Should we go through it again? Let's kind of check our work. We can also, I think, potentially like, that's my baby falling over. We can also, like, why don't we try making this like artificial intelligence just to kind of convince ourselves that that works. Test translations, latest, I don't know, try to find that. Okay, so to go through all of this again, the easiest way to do that is just delete the project and start over. Do that. Okay, now we go back to the dashboard and okay. Here we are onboarding again. I started translating. First create a project. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I wish I was a better designer because I know that I don't love how this looks, but I don't know how to make it better. And it's frustrating that is the case. But we will move on. So, project latest. Spelled that wrong, don't care. Okay, upload file. And where'd that one go? There. Upload file, success. Artificial intelligence. Okay. Well, you know, definitely still a little bit of work to do, but it's now like at least functional. Like it's kind of still, I'm still a little bit embarrassed by it, but I'm not devastated by it being sort of my user's first interface with my product. So that seems like a good place to wrap it. I hope this was maybe useful, and I'll see you next time.